Yo, what's up, world? Welcome back to the channel. APW Sports signing in. And today's video is going to be a crazy subject. Tom Brady reportedly had the Chicago Bears in his final three teams of choices to sign with this offseason. The other two teams were the Chargers and, of course, the Bucks, where he ended up signing. But a surprise team was the Chicago Bears that came up in the discussion. It would have been crazy to think of Tom Brady in a Chicago Bears uniform, right? Yeah, I would have thought it would have been crazy too. It's a lot of things that signing Brady would prove for the future and also for the present moment. Now, it's a full article on this exact topic. I will leave the link to that article in the description below. But just to think that Tom Brady could have been a Chicago Bear and the Bears were considering signing him is just a crazy thought to really process. But it's something that could have been a reality. And it would have been a lot of things that signing Tom Brady would have proved, and ultimately, signing Tom Brady would have changed the entire landscape of the Chicago Bears. Let's talk about what would have been the present of the Chicago Bears if Tom Brady would have signed to Chicago. Number one, that would have meant that the Bears have completely given up on Mitchell Trubisky, and it would have been an absolute failed experiment for the Chicago Bears. And signing Tom Brady, honestly, that would have been something that could have saved Ryan Pace's job, because you sign a guy like Brady, that proves monumental for him as a general manager across the league, to be able to pull a guy like Tom Brady out of New England and bring him to Chicago. A franchise, let's face it, guys, the Bears are a franchise that has been void of a great quarterback since, let's face it, the 1940s with Sid Luckman. And outside of 2018, a Chicago Bear has not made the Pro Bowl since 1985. That is a crazy stat to think of, that no quarterback in about 25 years, 35 years, did not make a single Pro Bowl. So bringing Tom Brady in, a guy who won 6 Super Bowls, to a franchise that now has a win now mentality with the defense that we have, and also some of the weapons that we have on offense, would have proved monumental for the Bears as a team going forward. And it would have saved Ryan Pace in case, Mitchell Trubisky didn't work out. You sign Tom Brady, you save your job by making that move. And to me, I don't think it would have been the best move, because that means you're giving up on Trubisky way too early. He had one season that wasn't so great, but all the factors were not his fault. But I've explained that in episode 7 of Chicago Bears Weekly. You guys can go check that out. But you would have given up on Trubisky too early, and I think that could have possibly ruined his career. Or let's say it doesn't ruin his career, he goes somewhere else and he flourishes as a quarterback in the NFL. That makes the Bears look bad for giving up on him too soon. So it could have been a good thing as far as the perspectives for the Bears this upcoming year with Tom Brady in the fold. And it also could lead to things that could damage this franchise in the long run, because you have the same front office that, let's say Trubisky fails. The Bears give up on Trubisky and sign Brady. And Brady, let's face it, he's 41 years old. He doesn't have a lot left in the tank as far as his career. He's in his elder state age. So you're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 good years out of him. then he's going to be gone or retired. And to think you're going to have the same front office that drafted Mitchell Trubisky over guys like Watson and Mahomes, and you give up on Trubisky, and then you have this same front office left with the choice to bring in someone else, a new quarterback in a draft, because potentially that's what you're going to have to do with Brady in the fold. You're going to have to draft a guy, let's say within those next 2 years, to kind of sit behind Brady and learn and just see how Brady is and pick up the NFL as he sits back and watches Brady operate. And if that quarterback fails, that just leaves a pattern that this front office cannot get the quarterback situation right through the draft. So it could be a potential great thing because the experience of Tom Brady, he brings in an accurate arm, a quick release behind a bad offensive line. That's going to be something that the Bears need, is a guy who can get the ball out quickly. But he's not mobile, and behind an offensive line like that, the Bears are going to need somebody that is going to be mobile. And let's face it, Tom Brady is the slowest quarterback we've probably ever seen outside of Peyton Manning. So having Brady as a sitting duck behind an offensive line that's really not necessarily great offensive line to begin with, it could spell problems in protection, and it could spell problems for Brady as he doesn't have that mobility to kind of get out and move around in the pocket. And we've seen that Matt Nagy, let's just face it, Matt Nagy has been a little bit stubborn with his play calling. And for a guy like Brady, even though he's, let's face it, top 5 quarterback easily, if not number 1, you're going to have a solid running game. And Nagy has been reluctant to really run the football. Even last season when we needed to run the football, he would still drop Trubisky back 40 to 50 times. While Brady is a quarterback that can handle that, you're still going to need to have a balanced offense. So at that point, you're still going to have to run the football, whether you have Brady or Trubisky or Foles. Well, Foles is kind of out of it because they signed Brady. But you're going to have to run the football. And Nagy has been proven reluctant to run the football. So it would have been great to have Brady, don't get me wrong. But it just spells a lot of failure if you make that move to get Brady. You've basically admitted that you failed on Trubisky after one bad year. In 2018, he made the Pro Bowl. And it pretty much says that you didn't do a great job of developing an offense that's basically hones Trubisky's skill set, and you didn't do the things necessary to make Trubisky a good quarterback in this league. So you signed Tom Brady, great. But that's going to just let the league know that you failed to make Trubisky the quarterback he could have the potential to be, which is a solid quarterback. He could be great if the Bears used him right. He could have been a great quarterback. Yeah, it's kind of blasphemous to say, but I still have some belief in Trubisky. So the fact that Tom Brady did not sign to Chicago, I'm not gonna say I'm just so ecstatic, but it's kind of a good thing because it could lead to potential chaos down the road. But that's all I have for you guys. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. But I really do want you guys to comment your thoughts down below of the Bears getting Tom Brady and what could it have meant to us as Bear fans and to the Chicago Bears as an organization. And if you guys want to keep up with me, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both handles are APW Sports, and both will be linked in the description below. But that's all I've got. APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys have a great and excellent day, and I will see you guys tomorrow with the reaction to the Bears. Hopefully, a Bears win. Peace out.
I wanna say thank you to my mom and my daddy for making love the night that you had me. Wanna thank my friends, my sister, and my brother.